News at Noon begins now.
We are tracking several wildfires burning all across the inland Northwest, and we're hearing from businesses about how they are being impacted.
It took until the end of the week to get our first rain chances, but we are tracking that for today and part of the weekend.
And what you should know ahead of the meeting with President Trump and President Putin of Russia happening in Alaska in just moments. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti, and we begin with this. Coming in new in the last hour, President Trump has arrived in Alaska. In just a few minutes, he is expected to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin, and the goal of that meeting to at least start the process in ending the war in Ukraine. It's been nearly 3.5 years since Russia launched a full-scale invasion into Ukraine, and nearly 14,000 Ukrainian civilians have died since the war began. This is according to the UN.
He is definitely not preparing for a ceasefire or an end to the war. Putin is determined only to present a meeting with America as his personal victory.
Now, if this summit goes well, Trump has suggested it will lead to a second meeting that will include Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who we just heard from. And taking a live look outside, we did see some rain around Spokane. We are taking a look again still at some of the Ukrainian video there. But we're going to switch now here locally to taking a live look outside, where we saw some rain around Spokane in North Idaho throughout the morning. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick letting us know if it is going to stick around as we head into the weekend.
Bit of a change of pace as of this morning, where we had some scattered showers all throughout the inland Northwest. But since the morning hours, it has started to chop up quite a bit as we are trending slightly drier for later on today. I think the afternoon will be much drier than we had so far this morning. But this isn't the only rainfall that we're going to see. We continue that theme into the weekend. So really the next 2 days, today and then tomorrow, we'll have these morning rain showers, but then a drier afternoon. Temperatures continue to cool off just a little bit. 82 for the high in Spokane, and many areas will only get into the mid to upper 70s today. So a decently cool August day, but definitely giving the AC a break. But that larger storm system that is swirling and spinning towards the Pacific Northwest, well, that did give us some rainfall already this morning, and the next wave will be soon behind it. So coming up, I'm going to be timing out when we'll see that weekend batch of rain and how you can plan around it. Your weather impact forecast is coming up in a few minutes.
All right, we are tracking several wildfires and evacuations across the inland Northwest. Go now evacuations are in place for a wildfire that is burning near Athol. The fire doubled in size yesterday, and it has now burned more than 1,800 acres. Here's a look at those go now evacuations. People living along Raven Road, Crosswhite Road, Little Blacktail Road, and east of 2268 Sunset Road should leave now. KREM 2's Caitlin Galloway visited Bayview, where businesses are keeping a close eye, as you can imagine, on that fire line.
With views like these, the town of Bayview usually attracts tourists. But because of the Sunset Fire near Athol, one local restaurant says business has been slow.
Typical dinner rush, our patio will be completely full, bar will be full.
But with the fire burning over 1,500 acres, people are worried about the air quality and how close the fire could get to Bayview. However, it's something that Bayview and the dock are used to.
We had a few fires last year, really smoky out, but luckily it's not as smoky over here this year from the fire, but we are definitely used to the fires around here.
While there's always some level of risk, the dock is well prepared for the possibility.
We do always are scared that the wind will change and it'll start blowing the fire towards us, but we know how to deal with it if that does happen. We would evacuate everyone out of the restaurant, make sure all of our gas lines turned off, just kind of try and get everyone to safety.
We'll continue to keep you updated on the Sunset Fire, both on air and on our website, KREM.com. In Bayview, Caitlin Galloway, KREM 2 News.
All right, Caitlin covering Bayview there. And then we do have some good news for people dealing with the Crescent Road fire that is burning across Spokane, Lincoln, and Stevens counties. Fire officials say that forward progress has been stopped. However, level 2 and 3 evacuations do remain in effect. The fire has burned almost 800 acres. Meanwhile, this is now out of Whitman County. All evacuations have been dropped for the Central Ferry fire. The fire has burned about 6,600 acres. Firefighters now reporting they have about 40% of the fire contained. Well, Unity in the Community returns to Riverfront Park this weekend. We have a preview of what you can expect.